A powerful statement. Paintings that tell a story of the global refugee crisis as never seen before, with world leaders taking center stage. It's called the Vulnerability Series, and Abdallah Al-Omari is the artist behind it. Born and raised in Syria, Al-Omari left his home country in 2012, when clashes between Syrian President Bashar al-Assad's regime and rebel forces reached Aleppo and Damascus. He now lives in Brussels, Belgium, after seeking asylum in 2014. This is when he began his series portraying world leaders as starving refugees.
Initially, I was driven by my own experience of displacement and the anger that I felt like any other Syrian while the situation in Syria escalated.
For years, Al-Omari painted portrait after portrait. Eventually, his anger was replaced by something entirely different: empathy and a desire to disarm people in power.
Those leaders who are partly responsible on the displacement of a mass of Syrians and anyone else around the world also. Maybe they will feel what it feels to be vulnerable when they see it in the mirror, when they see it in themselves.
The world has taken notice of Al-Omari's compelling art, with his works featured in major exhibitions in Dubai, Brussels, and Hamburg just in the past year alone. Next up on the docket, the Gangwon International Biennale in South Korea, which opened just last weekend and continues until March 18th. For Al-Omari, the message is clear: offer a compelling look at the refugee crisis that reflects our shared humanity.
We see how the media depicts the story of refugees. There is a lot of lack of personalizing these stories, of making them more personal and telling stories of individuals, not telling a story of a mass, of a number of people.
And our Maya Margit is here with us. Maya, what a beautiful and creative way to really put art to the phrase, put yourself in someone else's shoes.
Right, this is what this project was about for him. I mean, initially, as he told me, he said it was out of anger, and it was a kind of a form of sweet revenge for him to paint these world leaders who he felt had so much power in a position of powerlessness by taking away their powerlessness. But then he started to focus more on the individuals and show how we're all human beings. And for him, it was really to show a different way of looking at the refugee crisis, to look at the individuals, not just at the masses of people that are depicted, sometimes in the media.
And where are the paintings being exhibited that people can actually go see them?
Well, if you're in South Korea, you can go see them until March 18th, and I'm sure the exhibition will be traveling around the world.
So it's traveling the world, and right now this exhibit is in South Korea.
What kind of reactions have come in so far?
Most of the reactions, according to him, Abdallah Al-Omari, have been very positive. He did say some people were offended by the depictions of world leaders in this way. Some people don't like to see their president or their prime minister depicted in like a very negative or poor light. So it depends on the person, but overall he said everyone has been really identifying with the project, and it's done quite well. He's traveled already to several countries with it.
But then there are millions of people, tens of millions, in those situations that aren't necessarily in a poor light. It's just their reality.
I'm sure he's getting not too many complaints about Bashar al-Assad being depicted in that light.
Maya Margit, thanks for bringing us that story. Some beautiful artwork there. We're going to go for a quick